The Grotesque Puzzle of Groton, the Donald Coffel case. March 19th. An ordinary day, shattered by an extraordinary discovery. A passerby near the hallowed grounds of Colonel Ledyard Cemetery in Groton, Connecticut, noticed something amiss. A foul, sickening odor emanating from an abandoned suitcase near the trash cans. The police were called. What they found defied comprehension. Inside that suitcase, a female torso, headless, limbless, a macabre jigsaw puzzle with most of the pieces missing. The investigation stalled, days turned into weeks. Then, on April 11th, a desperate gamble. A press release, a plea for help, posted on Facebook, including an FBI tip line. It worked. A sister, haunted by months of silence, recognized the description. She hadn't heard from her sibling in what felt like an eternity. She provided an address, the address of Elizabeth Wormser. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Allen Street, a quiet residential area, less than 1,000 feet from the cemetery where the torso was found. The location was chillingly close. Neighbors hadn't seen Elizabeth Wormser in months. A man named Donald Coffel, they said, lived with her. But Coffel was in the hospital. The apartment was a charnel house. Blood splattered everywhere. Walls, rugs, furniture, clothing. A crimson tapestry of violence. Hidden behind a bookcase, a baseball bat, dried blood, matted hair, the silent witness to unspeakable horror. Donald Coffel lay in a hospital bed, receiving treatment for pancreatic cancer. He spoke to the police. His words were a tangled web of half-truths and outright lies. He claimed he used to be Wormser's neighbor. He moved to Arizona, then back to Groton. Elizabeth, he said, had allowed him to live with her starting in late November. A charitable act, he implied. Wormser, according to Coffel, had problems, drug problems, mental health problems. He painted a picture of a woman spiraling out of control. He offered a timeline. Back surgery in late December, returned home in late January. Elizabeth was there. Then, sometime between January and February, she disappeared. It wasn't unusual, he said, for her to vanish for a day or two. But the DNA told a different story. The blood in the apartment, it matched the remains found in the suitcase. Coffel's carefully constructed narrative began to crumble. A witness came forward, someone who claimed Donald Coffel had confessed to them. He'd beaten Elizabeth Wormser with a baseball bat, they said. The motive? A paltry sum. Stolen cocaine worth $200. A life extinguished for the price of a fix. On April 23rd, the police confronted Coffel at the hospital. The evidence was overwhelming. The lies were unsustainable. He broke. I did it, he spat out. I hit her in the head with a fucking baseball bat, and it cracked her fucking head open. He admitted to killing Elizabeth Wormser in early January. 3 blows to the head with the bat. 3 strikes of pure, unadulterated rage. The horror didn't end with the murder. It descended into something far more depraved. Coffel lived with Elizabeth Wormser's body for about a week and a half. A week and a half of unimaginable torment. A week and a half of sharing a space with death. Then came the dismemberment, a hacksaw. The gruesome task of reducing a human being to pieces. The disposal was equally callous. Body parts stuffed into trash bags, dumped in 2 different dumpsters, scattered like refuse. The torso, the largest piece, was placed in a suitcase rolled to the cemetery. A final grotesque act of desecration. The police obtained a warrant for murder. Donald Coffel was arrested at the hospital. He was held on $1 million bond, a price that could never truly compensate for the life he had taken. The gruesome nature of the crime sparked rumors, whispers of a serial killer lurking in the shadows of Groton. But the police confirmed it. Coffel acted alone, a single twisted individual responsible for this horrific act. The case closed, but the questions linger. What drove Donald Coffel to such barbarity? What darkness resided within him? The answers, perhaps, are lost forever in the blood-soaked apartment on Allen Street and the silent, unforgiving earth of Colonel Ledyard Cemetery. The Coffel case is a stark reminder of the banality of evil. A life extinguished over a petty dispute, followed by acts of unspeakable cruelty. The evidence was overwhelming. The blood spatter analysis, the DNA match, the confession itself. Each piece of the puzzle fit together to form a damning picture of guilt. But beyond the forensic details, there lies a deeper, more disturbing truth. The ease with which one human being can inflict such violence upon another. The casual disregard for the sanctity of life. The case also highlights the importance of community vigilance. The neighbor who noticed something amiss. The sister who reported her missing sibling. Their actions, however small, played a crucial role in bringing Coffel to justice. From a legal standpoint, the Coffel case presented a relatively straightforward path to prosecution. The evidence was strong, the confession was clear, and the motive, while petty, was established. The defense, facing an uphill battle, likely explored avenues such as Coffel's medical condition and potential mental health issues. But ultimately, the weight of evidence proved insurmountable. The case serves as a reminder of the power of forensic science in modern criminal investigations. DNA analysis, blood spatter interpretation, and other scientific techniques can provide irrefutable proof of guilt, even in the absence of eyewitness testimony. Furthermore, the Coffel case underscores the importance of thorough and meticulous police work. From the initial discovery of the body to the painstaking collection of evidence at the apartment, every step of the investigation was crucial to securing a conviction. Despite the conviction, some questions remain unanswered. What was the true nature of the relationship between Coffel and Wormser? Was there a history of violence or abuse? Did Coffel act alone in the dismemberment and disposal of the body, or was he assisted by someone else? And perhaps most importantly, what can be done to prevent such tragedies from occurring in the future? How can we identify and address the factors that contribute to violent crime? These are difficult questions with no easy answers, but they are questions that we must continue to ask if we are to create a safer and more just society. Elizabeth Wormser is more than just a name in a case file. She was a person, a sister, a friend, a neighbor, a life cut short in the most brutal and senseless way imaginable. Her story serves as a reminder of the human cost of crime, the pain and suffering inflicted not only on the victim but also on their loved ones. The Coffel case is a tragedy that should never be forgotten, a tragedy that should inspire us to work towards a world where such horrors are no longer possible. Let us remember Elizabeth Wormser, and let us strive to create a world where her fate is never repeated. The Donald Coffel case is a dark stain on the history of Groton, Connecticut, a reminder that evil can lurk in the most unexpected places. It is a case that will continue to haunt the community for years to come, a case that serves as a cautionary tale about the fragility of life and the depths of human depravity. The echo of evil still resonates in the quiet streets of Allen Street and the hallowed grounds of Colonel Ledyard Cemetery, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lies beneath the surface of everyday life. And a call to vigilance, a call to remember, a call to never forget the victims of violence.